Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another part of my Renovating base game series, which is a series where I am renovating all of base game using only base game. And today I am working on the Vista Quarry lot. Yesterday I actually shared another part to this series, which is unheard of for me to do one so close together, but I just really enjoyed the one that I did yesterday, which was Daisy Hovel, and I will have it linked if you guys are interested in watching it. I highly recommend it if you guys like renovations. I do have a whole playlist where I've renovated a lot of base game builds using only base game, and then I've also renovated EA made lots, so just not only base game, in a previous series called Renovating EA, and so I have lots of videos on that if you guys are interested, so definitely check it out. But anyways, yeah, I just got so inspired by doing that one yesterday that I thought I would go ahead and just renovate another one, and I went to go renovate another one in Willow Creek just because I'm a lot more comfortable with that style, like the more like cozy sort of traditional looking house. I don't really know. I mean, it's a New Orleans like style world, but for some reason just like the architecture there is a little bit more natural feeling to me, and here I'm a little bit more intimidated because Oasis Springs is like a combination between mid-century modern and then like Spanish colonial sort of architecture, kind of like Mediterranean looking, and I love those styles. Like, I think they're beautiful. I love looking at pictures of them on Pinterest, and I love when I do them, but like getting myself to do them is like, it's so intimidating. And like the community lot area in this world, like I feel like I don't know which style to go for, because I mean, of course this world has both of those different styles, and so I guess you would use both of those different styles in the community lot area, but then I feel like they're not cohesive. I don't know, I love this world and the styles, but I don't know, something about it just drives me crazy and I get so intimidated. But anyways, I am so happy that I decided just to go for it and go for this lot. Vista Quarry is one of my absolute favorite like base game builds. It's really pretty from the exterior. The interior is kind of weird. I'm not a big fan of the interior because the colors like don't make sense to me. The kitchen is green and blue, and then it's like turquoise in the living room, and then there's different colors going on in the bedrooms, and it's just kind of a mess. But the exterior is super cute, and so I really wasn't sure what I was going to do to the exterior to really change its appearance and actually make it feel like it was a renovation. And I found this picture on Pinterest of this really cute drawing of a mid-century modern home, and so I'll put it up here on screen so you guys can see what I was looking at. And I thought that I could kind of change the exterior of this home to kind of represent that one. It's not identical, but it's very similar, and I was definitely looking at it the whole time I was building. For the back of the build, I really had no plan and I wasn't looking at anything, so I was kind of just making it up. But what I ended up doing back there is just adding like a swimming pool and doing some more of the landscaping that I do in the front, and the landscaping is definitely inspired by that drawing that I was looking at, just because it looked so natural and kind of realistic with the way the grass was kind of sloped and there was these bushes and stuff. So I tried to do my best to kind of do something similar to that. But yeah, here on the interior, I started off by renovating the living room. And immediately once I started like adding the dining table, it was bothering me so much that there was a door right next to the dining table that leads into the bathroom. And I just felt like if everybody was sitting there having dinner and somebody needed to use the bathroom, and they would go right in there and then open the door as people are eating, it was grossing me out. And so what I decided to do was turn this bathroom into an ensuite bathroom to the master bedroom, because right through that door to the left is the master bedroom. And then I decided to squeeze one in over by the other bedrooms. And there is an office space in the original way this house is decorated, but I decided to turn that into another kid's bedroom, so you could easily have like a pretty medium-sized family here, like 2 kids and 2 parents. Of course, you could have like bunk beds if you really wanted to have like more kids or something like that, or a roommate, or I don't know, lots of possibilities. You could definitely even turn it into an office again. But now that we have laptops in the game, I really feel like offices aren't as important, because of course your Sims can just have a laptop in their inventory and use it at the kitchen table or something. So yeah, I wanted to decorate another kid's room, so that's what I did. But anyway, so what I was talking about with the bathroom, so what I ended up doing is kind of creating a hallway into the bedroom area, and then making a Jack and Jill bathroom. So it's a little bit weird. You guys will see what I mean here in just a little while, but I actually really like it, and it feels very much like an older home to me by having something kind of weird like that, because I feel like that's very common to go into a home that was built in like the mid-century like this one probably was, and then there's like little quirky things you're like wondering why they did it that way. And so I was kind of thinking the bathroom was one of those sort of interesting things that yeah, was just something that was kind of popular during that time but has since changed or something like that. And then over here is the kitchen. I did make the bathroom a little bit smaller so I could make the kitchen a little bit bigger. It just felt like the kitchen was way too small and narrow, and I wanted to make it a little bit bigger. And yeah, I think that definitely worked out really nicely. And I really like the colors in here. I continued with the brown like I did in the living and dining room area. And I'm really happy with that because it feels much more cohesive than it was originally. And I think the brown is actually kind of nice. It's a lot of brown, so I'm sure some of you guys who maybe not a big fan of browns on interiors won't like it as much, but something about it feels really warm and cozy, and it feels like updated, but it still has that like mid-century feel to it. And I also really liked using those dark gray appliances. I don't ever use those. I think maybe I have on my CC channel a little bit more often than I have on this main channel, but I don't know. I feel like I don't use them enough, so I'm definitely going to have to try to use them more often. So anyways, over here I'm creating the hallways leading to the Jack and Jill bathroom. And when I first started placing it, I replaced these doors here in the living room with archways. And then I felt like it made it look really weird. And so I put the doors back. And so it's also kind of weird. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. I feel like it's definitely like a quirky thing for the house, but I wanted somewhere for the kids to be able to go to the bathroom, and then also a bathroom that was easily accessible to guests when they were visiting, so they didn't have to walk through a bedroom to get to the bathrooms, because I probably could have done it a little bit differently to where it wasn't so weird with the bathroom, like maybe made a Jack and Jill bathroom that was only connected to the bedrooms, and that would have been a little bit less weird with the bathroom or with the bedrooms and like the hallway and stuff. But yeah, I wanted it to be easy for your guests to be able to use the bathroom. So anyways, yeah, so here is the master bedroom. I ended up going with this wallpaper color, and I've really been wanting to use more colorful wall colors. Mostly on my CC channel, when I've been like looking at like inspiration ideas, I've been trying to look at things that are a little bit more colorful and a little bit more interesting, but I always end up using like creams and blue and like very light colors. But yeah, I added a bit more color here in the bedroom, and I like this color because it's almost like a purpley brown, so it's super pretty, but it still feels like it matches the rest of the interior, I think. And then I also added some green with that bed, and I think like the lamps and stuff in there. So it has like some of like the hints to the colors how it was originally, but it's definitely an improvement and a change. Well, I think it's an improvement. You guys can let me know. Maybe you guys like the original house much better. And then here I'm just adding a couple of decorations in those hallways. And then the first kids room that I'm decorating, I'm continuing with the original like theme to the child's room, which is dinosaurs. We have tons of dinosaur related kids items from base game, and then I also put the science table in here. Thankfully, at some point, I'm not exactly sure when that happened, but we got an update that gave us a lot more colors to the base game science table, and we also got a new science table that came from Snowy Escape. So I think between the both of those, they're really nice like items to add for activities for your kids. And then there's a lot more colors now, and thankfully there's more colors with base game, so I was able to find something that matched this kids room, which is very orange. There's little hits of blue here and there, but it's definitely very orange. But a lot of the dinosaur decorations in game have like an orange color scheme, and so it was just kind of like an easy thing to go for. And yeah, I think it's a really cute room. I kind of struggled in the beginning trying to figure out which dresser and stuff to use, as you guys probably noticed, but I think the way I ended up like placing all of the furniture ended up making sense. And then over here, like I said, instead of an office, I'm creating another kids room, and for this one I decided to go for a more like space themed kids room. And looking back, maybe I should have used the science table in here. I think that probably actually makes more sense, but at the time I didn't think about it, so I gave this kid a dollhouse. But I was really just trying to find science or at least space related decorations that were in like a more purple color scheme, and that is so hard to find. There's not really a lot of decorations in game that are science related that come in that color scheme. Thankfully, there is the one picture that I used above the dollhouse, and then there's also the rocket ship decoration that I have on the wall above the bed. And so those are nice pieces of artwork, but other than that, there's really not many good pieces. So this is definitely like a science-focused family. Like the one kid is into dinosaurs and experiments, and this kid is maybe more into like rocket ships and, oh, maybe I should have put a telescope somewhere. That would have been perfect. So maybe they're more into like astronomy, and that's why they don't have the science table, because they're just not interested in like chemistry, perhaps. I think that's a possibility. But anyways, here I'm moving on to the landscaping. When I first was working on the exterior, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the landscaping. And like I said, I was looking at that picture, so I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I had no idea how to execute it. And I was trying and failing, and I wasn't liking it. So I decided just to save it for the end of the build. And I'm really happy that I did, because sometimes I feel like I have like a fresher mind rather than trying to do it immediately after changing like the exterior of the house, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I ended up really liking it. I took these bushes, and pretty much all of the plants that I'm using are live edit objects plants, is pretty much all I ever use. I think the trees are actually not, these ones with like the balls on them. There is a live edit object version, but I don't think it's like any different than the build and buy one. So if you want to save some money, you could replace these for the live edit objects ones, because those are free, and these ones probably cost a crazy amount of money. Yesterday when I was working on the Daisy Hovel one, I realized just how expensive stuff is, because I wasn't trying to make that one a starter house, but I was trying to be like kind of budget conscious and make it a cheaper house for your Sims. But there's so many items that are so expensive. Like I went to place like a painting, and it was like 600 simoleons or something. It's just ridiculous. So thankfully the live edit objects plants are free though. But yeah, here I'm just doing a combination of different like cactus plants, succulent plants, these trees with the balls on them, a couple of palm trees, and these bushes. And I also manipulated the terrain to look like the grass was more sloped. And I really struggled when I was trying to place the stairs at the beginning. As you guys probably noticed, I cut out a section of it because I was struggling for so long messing with it, trying to place the stairs. It for some reason wouldn't place correctly, and so thankfully I made it work, but I had to like completely flatten the terrain and then like slowly do it piece by piece to get the stairs the way I wanted to. I don't know, it was really weird, and I don't know, I struggle with terrain manipulation so much, but I'm trying to use it more often. I've used it more often recently on my CC channel, which I think looks really good, and it really makes those builds like, I don't know, extra special. I'm really having fun with it. If you guys haven't checked it out, my CC channel is called SimLicy with CC, and I'm not doing voiceovers. I'm just doing CC builds with music, and a lot of you guys seem to be enjoying my music choices, and I know some of you guys have missed my voice as well, but you can always come here if you want to listen to my voice, which surprises me that anybody misses that. I feel like that's like the worst part of my videos. But anyways, here in the back part of the build, I wanted to fence in the lot, and so I found a live edit objects fence just because I wanted to have more freedom with where I placed it, and especially since I was using the terrain manipulation, the regular fence would just kind of slope along with it, and I didn't want that to happen. And so I used this fence, and then I used the tool mod to lower and kind of get it at a height that I wanted it to be, because I didn't want it to completely like block off the backyard and be like a privacy fence. I just wanted it to kind of separate the backyard from like the surrounding neighborhood area. And yeah, I put a swimming pool back here, some lounge chairs, an outdoor dining table, a barbecuer. I end up putting a bench on the back porch too with a couple of planter boxes, but you'll notice in the screenshots that I end up moving the planter boxes over in the yard just because I realized there was no outdoor trash can, and so I felt like the back porch was like the best place to put it. I don't know, I tried several different like other places, and it just looked awkward in like every place that I placed it. And so yeah, you guys will see what I mean in the screenshots. And the screenshots are going to be before and after ones in case you guys aren't familiar with this type of video that I do. But I think it's really nice to see what the home looked like originally in case you guys forgot. But yeah, here I'm just continuing with landscaping, doing the same bush technique that I was doing at the front, trying to make them look a little bit more like organic. I mean, still manicured definitely because they're very much trimmed, but something about sinking them in the ground makes them look a little bit more natural and a little bit more realistic. I don't know, let me know if you guys agree, but I had fun messing around with it, and definitely placing these ball trees was super fun for me. And then I also place more of the agave plants and the cactus plants, and then I continue with some bushes along the edges here, and I add a couple of other trees and stuff, just ones that I saw in the surrounding area, trying to make it feel like it belongs here. And something that was a little bit weird about the swimming pool is, you guys might be able to see it, but there's some of the foundation poking through the floor. Hopefully this doesn't affect your Sims from using the swimming pool, but I guess it has something to do with the way I did the terrain, and I don't know, but I couldn't fix it, and so it's clipping through a little bit, but I think it actually kind of adds a little bit to the trim, so it doesn't bother me too much. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about it, and maybe you know a fix for it. You can definitely let me know that too. But yeah, here I'm just adding the final few details, and then we're on to the screenshot. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. You're the first thing in the morning and the last. Baby, you're my future and you are my past. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong.